Given your strong balance sheet, I'm surprised you were not more aggressive during 2015, especially on mergers and acquisitions. And you made some other comments before about the balance sheet going forward, but I'm curious. As you evaluate your options, particularly back on the M&A front, is the fact that you didn't have any other deals year to date or otherwise so far, was it because your targets still have very high valuation expectations? Thank you very much.
Hey, Glenn, thank you very much for the question. Look, we have been, and will still continue to be very active in the mergers and acquisitions category. As we mentioned before during the other earlier comments, if you look at us historically, really over basically any time frame, 20 years, 10 years, what you see is about half of the growth generated from organic innovation platforms and about 50% generated via M&A. But as we reflect back to 2015, we realized that the market was premium priced, and we still remained very active in a lot of different areas, and while we didn't necessarily close on a larger deal, we would not assume that we have not been engaged or otherwise involved.
So if I hear you correctly on everything, you're saying valuations were evaluated for targets in 2015. But I also sense from you that valuations of your targets, valuations are actually declining across the board. So is that really a fair assumption? And then is there any one business versus all others where you would be more likely inclined to do an acquisition to help accelerate growth in 2016 and beyond? Thanks.
Yeah, Glenn. So look, we're especially fortunate in that because of our strong performance, our strong cash flows, the balance sheet is actually quite strong. I also believe that if you look at our track record of how we've utilized the cash to make all of the right capital investments in companies, that we've been successful. And then look, we think that there's more opportunities across all three of our other different sectors. But it's not an algorithm per se as we decide where else to invest, but rather it really depends somewhat on the opportunity. So we think that there are more opportunities. We intend to be highly active as we look at 2016 and beyond in a manner that will help growth.